Mother Nature is vicious. She is absolutely ruthless. Ever since life started on Earth about 3 billion years ago, Mother Nature has had this attitude. Here's a bunch of life forms she throws onto the planet, onto the playing field of life. Whoever can replicate, whoever can find enough food, they get to survive. Whoever can't do that, they go extinct, and it sucks to be you. The world exists within a Pareto distribution death match, the 80-20 rule. 20% of any system does 80% of the work. 20% of basketball players score 80% of the points. 20% of authors sell 80% of books. 20% of people on social media get 80% of the attention and the money. And within a lot of mammals, 20% of the mammals, the top 20% of the hierarchy, they make 80% of the babies in the next generation. It is a very harsh competition. And some animals are particularly ruthless. A kind of fish will have a whole bunch of babies, and then the mother fish will swim around and eat her own babies. The logic being that whatever babies can swim fast enough away from cannibal mom, they get to survive. Their genes are worth getting into the next generation. This is how life works. This is how the world works. You cannot escape the never-ending Pareto distribution death match. But in modern life, there's a particularly uniquely calibrated Pareto distribution death match, and this has to do with how we express ourselves socially. One of the reasons, or the main reasons, our brains got so big so quickly, according to leading biologists, is that we are highly social animals. And we started to interact socially a lot more than other primates. We invented language to interact socially compared to other primates. And so we had to use our big brains to interact socially, but it's always a competition. It's who can come up with the best idea and convince everybody else in our tribe about that idea to benefit everybody. And whoever wins that competition, they rise up to the top of the hierarchy. So we are highly competitive social animals. So our Pareto distribution death match is in the realm of social communication, social expression, social persuasion. But we all have this unique kind of starting point in life. We are all born with our brains significantly underdeveloped. Because our brains are so big, we can't be born anywhere near to close to being finished with our brains. So our brains are still growing after we're born for at least 10 to 15 years. And so over the first 10 to 15 years, our brains are in super data collection mode. We are driven to get out and explore the environment. We are programmed to get out and learn about the world. We are programmed to get out there and learn by trial and error. To learn by communicating by trial and error. We like to explore things. But at the same time, if you've ever had kids, this gets hammered down. It's been said that we are all born geniuses, but by the time we get through adolescence, we are de-geniused, or 99.99% of us are de-geniused. This happens in our upbringing, and this happens because of our modern educational system. So here we are, born with these super expressive brains. You were born with a super expressive brain. But by the time you got to adolescence, because of the common upbringing, being told no a cajillion times, being told to sit down and shut up a cajillion times, and our super oppressive educational system, which hammers out your creativity, which hammers out your natural expressiveness, we are all starting from a point in adolescence with a significant amount of social anxiety built into us. So this is the modern Pareto distribution death match. Whoever can recover the most from this embedded social anxiety that everybody is kind of starting out with in adolescence. Whoever can recover the most from this and get back your natural socially outgoing personality, that's the kind of people that win the race. Now, certainly you can have a successful life if you're not super charismatic and outgoing, but it's a lot easier to live a successful life if you are super charismatic and super outgoing and super expressive. And one very important variable that can kind of serve as a proxy to think about this, to help you win the Pareto distribution death match, is the ability to feel comfortable at the center of attention. And while you're at the center of attention, to not only feel comfortable, not only to enjoy being the center of attention, but while you're at the center of attention, to control the thinking and the beliefs and the desires and the intentions of everybody that is paying attention to you. That is the goal. Whoever can win that Pareto distribution death match, they will have the easiest time getting whatever you want in life. To enjoy being the center of attention, to enjoy everybody looking at you, to have the skills and the confidence and the charisma to control the brains of everybody who's paying attention to you, to control the desires of everybody who is paying attention to you, to control the intentions and control the behaviors of everybody who is paying attention to you. Because whoever could do this in ancient times, they are the ones that rose to the top of the hierarchy, and they are the ones that won the Pareto distribution death match, and they had the babies of the next generation. So that's the contest today, to see who can recover the most from the educationally embedded social anxiety that we all suffer from, and recover and become comfortable at the center of attention. So how specifically can you do this? How can you bust out of your comfort zone, or rather, how can you expand your comfort zone so you can feel comfortable at the center of attention? Well, this is a slow, never-ending skill building exercise. This will take the rest of your life. This should take the rest of your life. You should always be thinking in terms of, how can I be a little bit more socially outgoing? How can I be a little bit more comfortable being at the center of attention? And do this every single day. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. One is give yourself a positive affirmation as you fall asleep every night. While you're falling asleep, just repeat to yourself, I enjoy being at the center of attention. I enjoy calling attention to myself, and imagine situations where that's happening. Another thing you can do is go into a social situation and sit there and look at all the people and just have an open body language and just shift your head around and look around and imagine they're all turning to face you. Imagine they're all turning to face you and they're all going to listen to you speak, and just imagine that and become more and more comfortable with that imagination. Another thing you can do is practice public speaking. Find a Toastmasters club. Learn how to public speak. Speaking in front of others can significantly improve your ability to enjoy being the center of attention. But this is the modern name of the game. This is something that you can focus on and can continue to improve for the rest of your life. This is the contest that will rise you to the top of the social hierarchy so you can get whatever you want much more easily. Become comfortable being the center of attention. Enjoy being the center of attention. From that space of enjoying being the center of attention, become comfortable controlling the brains and the thoughts and the desires of the people around you. Try these exercises. Think of this as the purpose of your life, because the more you can do this, the more you can get whatever you want. If you'd like to learn more about how to do this, check out the links below. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.